Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the Voice of the Tune. Today, we're talking Bournemouth, Newcastle United host Bournemouth in the Premier League. Um, and for me, this is a must win straight. That's it. There's no two ways about it. This is a must win game because we're starting to find some form, find some consistency away from home. The last game at home, obviously, was the Luton 4-4. Not quite consistent there, but we've picked up some points over the last couple of games, and Bournemouth for me is a game that we should be winning. They had a decent December, a decent November, and since the turn of the year they haven't won a game. So they've not won a game in the Premier League since Boxing Day. So for me, they come into this game in bad form. In their last game, it's Fulham. They lost 3-1 away from home, and obviously we dispatched Fulham in the FA Cup. Fulham are awful side, so for them to be getting beaten 3-1 by Fulham, obviously the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story because Bournemouth did have some chances, but at the end of the day, they lost the game. So this is a game that I'd say most fans would expect to get the 3 points from, and we can kick on and actually make a push for European places for that top six, maybe the top five. But if you want to see some momentum, we need to be consistent, and I feel like today is a good opportunity for that. Because we've had some decent fixtures. Obviously, Forest last weekend, then Luton the game before. These three games are banked us to pick up 9 points. We picked up 4 out of 6, which isn't too bad, considering that we beaten Villa before that. So, we are beginning to, find ourselves again. We're no longer in Europe, so we're playing one game a week. The players are having some time to recover, which is always good for us. So which is why this game for me is a must win. It's a no brainer. To be fair, I'm expecting us to pick up the 3 points, and off the back of the Forest game, we saw a different style of play from Eddie Howe and the boys. So Eddie Howe decided to go with an inverted fullback with Trippier. So Trippier was coming inside. Bruno was pushing on. Lewis Miley was that deep line set in the mid with Trippier when we were off the ball, or on the ball. And off the ball, Lewis Miley was in there by himself. So I'm expecting to see the same again. I'm expecting to see Bruno pushed further up the pitch because that's where we can get the best out of him. He can add goals. Newcastle this season they're calling us their entertainers because I think it's like 68 goals or something like that this season that we've scored or been involved in. So we're the most side with different players who score goals for us. So in the league, so people are calling us the entertainers because obviously, scoring 3 against Forest and scoring 4 against Luton and then scoring was it 3 against Villa. So it's like, we are scoring goals. Our attack is starting to click. Now it's just about defensively and in that midfield. Is our midfield protecting the defence enough? Should we still be playing the high line with probably not the fastest defenders in the league, or in Trippier, Shaw, Botman, and Burn? Should we still be playing that high line? That's all questions for Eddie Howe to answer. But I just want to see us play the same way we did against Forest because it was different. It was something that we haven't seen before. Bruno's not really played up further forward for us, and I've been calling for that for time. I've been calling for Bruno to play in that number 8 role for a long time, for 2 years now, since he joined us. So I was glad to see him play in that position, and he got his 2 goals, and that can help us. So with us short of a striker, with Callum Wilson being out for 9 to 12 months with Victoria injury and Isak, in and out of the team, he's got his own injury issues. So with us being short of a striker, an out striker, we need all the help we can get in the attacking options. So I think to add Bruno to that equation, it only strengthens us. Because I believe Lewis Miley can do that job. He can be that sitter, but he needs to sit. Like, you can't just have Lewis Miley, Bruno, and Longstaff like on the same line because then we're going to get exposed. We need somebody to protect the defenders. Otherwise, we're going to concede goals, and that's what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. We score goals, but we also concede goals. So today I want to see a solid performance in the midfield. I want to see whoever it is playing in that deep line centre mid role. I want that person to protect, to shield the defenders, and defensively we need to be sharp, because obviously Bournemouth have the players to cause us problems. They've got a lot of players. Alex Scott, who's like that sort of number 10 role. They've got obviously Dominic Solanke, Sinistera, Clivert, for example. So Justin Clivert. So they do have some players in there, in the attacking side, and Bournemouth do like to play football. So for us, we've got to show them that the physical side to our game, unsettle them. Don't let them get comfortable on the ball. And they've got a good coach, so they are well equipped to make this a tricky afternoon for us. But I believe the game's going to go how we want it to go. If we perform well, we'll get the win. If we let Bournemouth into the game, or if we get complacent and get lazy, then we're going to make it difficult for ourselves, just like we did against Luton. So I'm more than confident that we should get the 3 points, but this season you just never know. But I just want to see us defensively and in the midfield be talking to each other a bit more, because even against Forest as well, there was many times where they broke our line through the midfield, and it was literally 3v3 at the back, or probably they had 3 players running at our defenders, and we can't afford that to happen every single time. So we need whoever's playing in that role, that number 4 dog role, CDM, to sit in there and protect. So that's, and if we do that, then I believe the attack solves itself. We've got some quality up top to get us the goals. It's just about keeping those goals out, because the Dubravka has been obviously facing a lot of shots, and conceding a lot of shots as well. So, but in regards to the team news, as we all know, Callum Wilson anyhow confirmed that he's having surgery on his pectoral tendon. But it helps for him to be back by the end of the season. For me, he's done. I said in the summer that, I said in January, sorry, that we should sell him for 20 million. Try to get as much as we can, because now his value's even gone down even more because of this injury, and teams aren't really going to pay the money that we could have gotten for him in January. But it is what it is. So we're missing Callum Wilson probably for the season. Isaac is close, he's looking good, but Eddie Howe says he probably missed this game today. Matt Target and Eddie Anderson are 10 days away from training. Jacob Murphy hasn't trained all week yet. So Murphy's one for me is a bit of a surprise, but because he's one of the attacking options. But with all that being said, obviously we still have Tonali being banned. We still have Jolinton, who's out for the season. So still injuries within the squad. But we are getting back to full strength, slowly but surely. And in regards to that, and the team that I believe Eddie Howe should do, I'm not even going to talk about Dan Burn. I'm just going to go straight into the team. I'm going to go Dubravka in goal, Trippier again the back 2 in the centre back, Shaw and Botman. I'm going to do again Tino Livramento left back. He has to play at some point. He's got to play. Burn got toasted for the goal against Forest, but hey, there's no point talking about it, because Eddie Howe is going to do what he's going to do anyway. So, but for me, Tino should play in the middle. Like I said, Miley, Bruno, and Longstaff. Longstaff's been getting amongst the goals, been getting some chances. It's good that he's pushing forward and rather late in the box and getting some shots on target. So the more opportunities to get our shots, the better. And obviously with Bruno playing further up with him too, and then up top is the issue. But Harvey Barnes, I believe he can get a start out on the left. Why not? I don't see why not. He's come off the bench now in the last couple of games, so hopefully he's fit enough to get to have a start. Obviously with injuries to Murphy, Isak, Wilson, up top, and in the 9 striker Anthony Gordon and Almiron out on the right. So we've got to play to the strengths. Anthony Gordon is not a striker that's going to be feeding off long balls. So we've got to play to his strengths and find those key passes and find his feet, or go in behind on the floor. Let him spin the defender. So if we play to our strengths and and make it a physical game and physically dominate Bournemouth, I don't see why not. I don't see why we can't get the win. So based on that, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win, a clean sheet as well, 2-0 win. Keep quiet Dominic Solanke. I'm going to Harvey Barnes and Longstaff to score. That's what I'm going for. Let me know in the comments what you feel like the game's gonna go. Should Eddie Howe play Dan Burn? What do you think? Thank you for watching. It's always a pleasure. It's your boy Big Uggs. Make sure to like, to comment, and to subscribe. I'm out.